Okay. Hello, hello. Just waiting for people to jump on. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday morning, everyone. So I'll wait for just a few minutes. I have a little chat with you all about something that I was doing and thinking about earlier today. So good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hey, hey, Alicia. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. I guess it's still morning, yeah, most places. So come on in and pull up a seat. I'm going to talk about a few things. I'm talking about actually being truthful with yourself will basically allow you to realize all of your goals. Hey, Yolanda. So being truthful with yourself will help you to realize your health goals. And I'm talking about health. And I've decided to kind of start this little daily dose of health tips because I do a lot of work in the mornings. I usually don't jump into like the Facebook group or on Facebook and other things until a little bit later in the morning just because I do some research, I do some looking at some things. And so I want to share some things with you. And I think if I do this daily, you can kind of get an idea of, how to jumpstart your health journey if you're interested in that. So this little daily dose of health information, health tips is about being truthful with your health. And I'll explain what I'm talking about. But first if you're new to me and you come on, if you're doing a replay, I'm Jennifer Hutchison Taylor and I help women to rediscover their true feminine beauty. And I use natural and holistic ways to do that. And they're all things that are backed by science because I am a physiologist and a certified clinical master herbalist. So I'm also the owner of Beauty in Bloom. So anyway, so on this talk here, I'm talking about telling the truth. Okay, so on Mondays in my Facebook group, on Mondays we talk about mindfulness and meditation and motivation and being kind of, getting your day started and getting your week started so you can set a good intention for what you want. And so I do a little bit of research on what I want to share in the group based on that information. And I came across this editorial here about telling the truth. And it's written by Professor David Isaacs. And he's, I think, a clinician or was a clinician at a pediatric hospital in Australia. And so I was reading about this and thinking also about why people have certain struggles with reaching their goals, reaching their health goals. I know I've been there too, but why is that? That really intrigues me a lot about why people struggle with reaching a certain goal because they've set it for themselves usually, right? No one's really told you need to do this. You kind of set goals for yourself because I'm talking about small goals. Like I want to, whether it be I want to lose 40 pounds, or I want to just feel less stress. You may not actually verbalize it or write it down or tell anybody. It's maybe something that you just want to do, right? But why is it sometimes a struggle for people to reach that goal within themselves? And I think it comes down to telling the truth. Telling the truth about what's going on with yourself internally, really going within, being mindful about it too. And so like for my clients, I make sure that I'm always telling the truth. Like I sugarcoat things to make it easier to swallow, but I always tell the truth because it is what it is. It really is what it is. And there's no reason to hide behind or hide in the shadows about health issues and health things because we all basically have dealt with something within our lives, because there's just so much bombarding us, fast food, whatever. We're not perfect. We can't be. So why hide in the shadows when it comes to that? I really don't need. I hope you all can hear me and everything good. Give me a thumbs up or hearts if you can hear me okay and everything's good. So basically, to be frank about it, if you're suffering from something, a health issue, a lot of times it actually will show. It will show in some way. Oh, thanks. It will show in some way or another, right? It might show your hair might be thinning, or, these are physical things. Your hair might be thinning, you have brittle nails, or bad breath, or whatever it may be. Or it can be things that, you just have to go to the bathroom more often. You have urinary issues. Like, there's a little bit that's going to be displayed, okay? So there's no need to hide it. You should face it and remedy it the best you can, okay? And heal from it. And that's it. Just heal from it. So let me get to this real quick. I want to read this right quick. But first, let me ask you this. There's this cartoon that I love, right? And I want to get your feedback on this. There's this cartoon that has a crowd of people, and they're standing there, and they're listening to a speaker talk. And he's up there, and this is a cartoon. He's up there, and he's asking the crowd, "Who wants change?" And the crowd's like raising their hands, like, "Me, me, 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 me." And then he asks, "Who wants to change?" And nobody, it's like crickets. Nobody raises their hand. Like, why is that? I'm always intrigued by that. Like, I love change. I love new things. And most people do love new things. Birthdays, Christmas time. Like, that is like an amazing feeling when you have new things in your life. A new relationship is so exciting, right? So these are changes that we have all the time, and they make you feel good. So why are we so against change when it comes to health? I just, I wonder about that. So comment below if you have insight on that. Why people want change, but they don't want to change, especially when it comes to health. So if you have an opinion about that, I would like to hear that, because I haven't figured that out. I haven't figured that out. And, especially when it comes to, like, if you're at the doctor's office and they have told you, and I'm going to do another talk about going to the doctor and stuff like that. And they've told you that you have X, Y, or Z, and, you need to do this or else. Then what's in your mind at that point? Do you think they're lying? Or do you think they don't know what they're talking about? Or do you think they just want to get money from you? Like, there's probably a host of things, and I just kind of want to get a conversation going about that whole thing too. But let me talk about this editorial that I wrote, or that I read this morning. I'm going to read a paragraph from it. The first paragraph. Okay. Okay. So it says, 30 years ago, and this is from Professor David Isaacs. 30 years ago, I was working in a teaching hospital in England. If a child, even a teenager, with a bone tumor needed their leg amputated, one consultant orthopedic surgeon would never tell the child or permit anyone else to tell the child in advance. The child would go to the operating theater being told they were to have a biopsy and anything else necessary. The surgeon insisted that knowing in advance would make the child unnecessarily anxious, and it was kinder for the child not to know beforehand. He ignored any nurse, social worker, or doctor who had the temerity to suggest it was kinder to let children prepare mentally for amputation and would probably help them cope better. So for me, that's like, it's very interesting how, I understand the surgeon, his idea, but I want to challenge you and, challenge you to basically go against that. Do the opposite of that. Face your fears, face your anxiety, face your worry, face your doubt about everything. I know it's sad. Face everything as, this is your reality that you're in. Okay, this is reality. This is the realm that you're living in now is your reality. Okay, whatever you think, your thoughts, your actions, they become your reality. Okay, and so facing everything and say, yes, I'm gonna make this goal. I'm gonna do what I need to do to reach the goal. And when I reach the goal, I'm gonna make a new goal, and I'm gonna continue to grow and stretch and raise to my highest vibration. That's doable for everyone. I want you to basically, give yourself the the mindset of having that. Give yourself that gift. You already have it within you to basically, reach any and everything that you want. So face the doubt and the fear and erase it by putting the actions there, putting the thoughts there. Because when those thoughts come into your mind that I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna lose this 40 pounds. That thought is so powerful right there. You've already started to heal yourself. You've already started to reach that goal. So now don't squander away that energy. Hello, Erica and Zahir. Don't squander that energy that you've put into your mindset, into your reality, into the universe. Don't squander it. Start to act on it. Maybe not right away if you want to write out a plan, or you want to hire some help or coach or whatever, but don't squander that energy. Start to act on it. Start to focus on it more and create a plan for yourself, or do whatever it takes. But facing that fear and being truthful with yourself that you can do it, but there's going to be maybe some bumpy roads, bumpy challenges along the way. Just face it. That's all I think that it comes down to, is facing and being truthful, and that would really help to push you forward and to reach those goals. So if you have comments on this and you are going through something, reach out. Hey, Mika. Make your own. What do you think about that? I would love to know. What do you think about that? What do you think about this little editorial? Or what do you think about, why is it hard for people to really reach their goals when it comes to health? I think it's about being truthful with yourself. Because when you're by yourself, nobody else can influence you. It's all about you and what you do. I am a Cancer. Okay, and Cancers are very internal. We're mostly we're introverts, I would say. Very motherly, very caring. We do, have a shell, and so like all the soft goodies are inside of us. Sometimes we don't let that stuff out. It takes a while for people to get close to us and break through that shell. And so I do a lot of mindset work, and I go very deep sometimes within myself, and I can go a whole week probably without talking to anyone else. But I love, interacting with people, but it's just that's my energy. So that mindfulness and like meditation and stuff like that kind of comes a little bit more easily for me. So I want to challenge you, if it doesn't come easily to you, to kind of start working on that for yourself. And, being, finding out, what do I want in life? What goals do I have when it comes to my health? And if you don't have a plan, finding help, hiring a coach, or whatever it takes to kind of reach that. And nobody else has to know about it. Seriously, nobody else has to know about it. And we are very, in this society, it's a lot of social media, and everybody's posting and sharing things. But a lot of times, you want to just kind of do things on your own and I think that helps you to be truthful if you just do it for yourself and do it on your own time and in your own space, versus doing a 10-day challenge or 14-day challenge, or doing getting into a group and doing things together. Is a great way of doing things, but sometimes you also need to just go within and be truthful about this is what's happening, and I need to go ahead and correct it. So I can go on and on, but I want to also let you guys know that my mindset course is up. So if you're interested in learning more about how to be mindful, go to yourbeautyandbloom.com and you'll see my 3-part mindset or mindfulness course is up now. And it's basically the things that I do to be more mindful, to have less stress, to to regulate the anxiety that sometimes comes up within me. Right now I'm working on a 6-module course. Hey. Oh, cool. Self-truth. Okay, I'm gonna get to that one. I'm gonna read your comment in a minute, Mika. I'm working on a 6-module course, and the first part of it is about mindset and being mindful. because I have done a lot of work on that. So I'm taking little pieces of that and offering them for this free course. And there's things that I've done that have helped me to really break anxiety, break stress, be just okay with life. And so I put them together in a very short, simple course. So if you go to my website, Your Beauty and Bloom, you should see it at the top. 3 simple ways to be more mindful. And that's that. Interesting. My theme for this week is self-truth. We have to be blatantly honest with ourselves. Yes, about ourselves. Otherwise, when we face challenges, it surprises us and throws us off. The beginning has to be pure intentions based on truth. That's what works for me. I have to be blatantly honest about where I am, flaws and all. Yes, exactly, Mika. Flaws and all. We all have issues or all have things that we're not happy about. So, and for me, it's like there's things that I'm not happy about. There's things I'll live with forever, and that's fine. But there's things I'm not happy about, and that I definitely have the knowledge and the ability to change it. I'm powerful enough to change it. Like, I know maybe that's something that I'll talk about on a different daily dose. But really being clear with yourself, okay, what can I change? I'm powerful enough to change any and everything that I want. But what do I have the ability right now to change? You know, because we're all in this, I want everything fast and quick, right? So what can I change right now? What can I change next year? What can I change, in a lifetime? And, accepting that you have the power to do that. When we face challenges, it surprises us and throws us off. I love that because, if you do, like with what this tutorial or this editorial was saying, if you don't face it right off, you try to hide it, or you try to, be kind versus be real. You can be kind, but, not being real will definitely not put you closer to that goal. It really won't. And one of the biggest things is you don't have to tell anybody about it. You need to be truthful with yourself. Self-care, these things are coming out now about self-care, mindfulness. That's all about being who you are, being okay with who you are, and the things that you're not okay with, just changing it for yourself, not for anybody else, not to be on Instagram with a beautiful picture, not to be, I don't know, being able to do whatever handstand and blah, blah, blah. Just being okay with yourself. And I think that is something that women who I work with we may need a little bit of help with that. Because I know I've struggled with that as well. Like, I'm trying to be something that everybody else is kind of like, but I'm not. And I'm okay with that. So anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. I've gone a little bit too long. Let me say thank you to everybody who's joined. And I'm gonna jump off of here because tomorrow I'm gonna do another daily dose. I'm gonna look at some things that I want to share and talk about. But like I said on this one, be truthful with yourself. And it will, for lack of a better term or whatever, to not be, it's a cliche term or phrase, but the truth will set you free. It really does. It sets your mind free from worrying about things that aren't really there. And to be honest, this life is not even real. So, if you get to that point, everything is whatever. But anyway, so be truthful with yourself. I challenge you to face your worries and frustrations and fears about every and anything. Tackle them the best way that you can and be okay with that. But truth will set you free. So, peace.